Good morning and welcome to BOTB HQ in Parsons Green, South West London. My name is Christian Williams, a presenter here at BOTB. And we're here this morning to judge the latest midweek car competition, which ran from the 7th to the 13th of January 2021. And just before I hand over to the lawyer this morning, once again, a huge congratulations to last week's winner of the midweek car competition, Matthew Hector, winning that incredible Motec M135i plus £10,000. I'd now like to pass over to Alex Brooks from Onside Law, who will oversee the proceedings this morning.
My name's Alex Brooks from Onside Law, and I'll be overseeing the judging this morning. Firstly, I can confirm that the competition data has already been sent to the auditing company Assets. I would now like today's judges to introduce themselves and, using the secure link provided, mark on the screen where they think the centre of the ball should be. The group will then come to a final panel decision.
Good morning, my name is Alain Goma. I'm an ex-professional football player, having played for Paris Saint-Germain, Newcastle and Fulham.
My name's Liam Walsh. I'm a retired referee, currently an FA observer and head coach for the Middlesex Referees Academy.
Good morning, my name's Hugh Gilroy. I'm a referee, a mentor, tutor and observer.
Hi, I'm Jenna Scalacci, former professional footballer. I'm now head coach on a Spurs college programme.
Good morning, my name is Leo Donnellan. I'm an ex-professional football player, having been with Chelsea, Fulham and Leyton Orient.
I'm Nigel Hicks. I've been a Supply League match official for the best part of 30 years and I'm an experienced football administrator.
Good morning, my name's Roger Wheeler. I'm a referee and I've been refereeing and lining for more than 30 years.
My name is Chloe Morgan and I'm a goalkeeper for Crystal Palace Women.
Good morning, my name's Peter Giorgio and I am a football and futsal referee.
Good morning, my name's Matt Cannon. I'm a senior county referee and footballer.
Judges, please now come to a final panel decision. For your reference, the larger white cross is the calculated average of the 10 individual selections.
Thank you, Alex. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So yeah, we've got two players in the shots. It looks like the player in green is off balance. And both of them, they're quite close to each other and they're looking quite steeply. I think the ball is dropping between them two. And it's not clear, who's going to head this ball. I'm going to start with drawing a few lines. I think we got quite a wide spread, especially due to Roger's cross on the left here. But okay. Okay, I'm gonna start with Roger. You're the lowest and the furthest on the left. What were your thoughts on that?
Well, as you say, the ball is dropping. I just felt that the players were looking sort of more in front of them, particularly the guy in red. But clearly, I'm very different to everybody else, so I could say possibly I've just tried to help you out, Elaine, and you should remove me straight away because I can't argue against nine others.
Yeah, no, because looking at both eye lines, to me is looking steeper, quite steeper from your position.
Yeah, sure.
And this one in green also I think is good. It is looking nearly above him. So I'm gonna remove your cross, to start with, and see where it brings the average. So it comes, quite close to each other. And then quite a bit on the right hand side, and my cross actually is the highest. I thought both players were looking steeply, and as I said, I thought the green player was looking, right above him, and the player in red and white, he's got his head tilted, but on top of that, he's looking, up, he's frowning. So hence I put my cross up here. But for what I'll do, I'll remove my cross also because I'm quite, away from the cluster, and it will probably reduce the spread. So what I'll do, I'll remove the lines and I'll draw some fresh lines just to see where we are. Okay. Okay, now we got a kind of a triangle. Is basically two kind of clusters, one with 5 crosses, one with 3. What's that? Nigel, actually, Hugh, you're the furthest in this cluster. You're the furthest on the left hand side. Can you explain your position?
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Alan. For me, I think the ball's coming in looks either like the player in green's trying to kind of get ready to jump and meet it, or the player behind him might be pulling him down slightly because he does look off balance.
Yeah.
I felt the player in green was looking up, but again, as we've said before, not necessarily straight through his own brow, and more his right eye for me was looking up slightly at an angle. Yeah.
Okay.
But the player in red for me, I felt was looking kind of at an angle, not too steeply up, more in front of him. And I just felt because it's dropping into them, it was that little distance away still.
Okay.
He hadn't moved to play it.
Okay. Thanks, Hugh. Matt, you are the highest in there. What were your view on that?
Well, I just thought, as I said, I think we're all in agreement the ball is dropping down to the 2 players. I thought the player in green looked to me like he was being pushed by the red and white player, which is why his sort of arms have gone out and his sort of torso or his midriff is being sort of pushed out towards us in the photograph. And I just thought that the player in red and white is just looking a little bit steeper than the rest of them. But it'll be interesting to see how, if I was removed, I mean, obviously Leo and I are top and bottom now because of the removal of yourself. But I think if I was removed, how much the calculated average would move and how much narrower the field would look from the red and white player's eyes. But can you highlight his eyes for me, please?
The red and white?
Yes, please. Yeah.
Yes,
I just thought that was a good view up of where he was looking. And I took most of the information really from him. And obviously the green player is looking up, pretty much up and just slightly ahead of him.
Yeah, no, I agree on that. I thought, he was looking quite steeply, this player in red and white. Leo, I think, I gather it's not your opinion. You obviously you thought he was looking a bit, further down. Is it correct?
Yes, Alan. I mean, what I felt the player in green was adjusting his position to get to the ball. I think his both arms are up in the air, and I think when your arms are, if you feel I don't think he's been pushed. I think he's just he's trying to get some leverage on his jump. So I think he's just adjusting his position. I think he's very close to heading the ball, within a second. Yeah. I think the player behind him is fairly comfortable, but he's just getting ready to jump at that point. So
okay. Thanks, Leo. Yeah, no, I think that, as you said, this player is kind of, not running, but kind of, moving backwards slightly in order to probably flick the ball. Just for I'm going to remove Matt's cross just to see, how much impact it has. So it brings it, slightly down. Okay. So yeah, we've got also, who's that? Peter, below Matt, you're, in the top of this listed cluster of 4, I would say. Can you explain your position?
Yeah, I've just taken a bit more of a view that the player in red, taking it from his eyes, and yeah, just where I put it, really, the intersection of the eyes. I'd like to see Matt still in the cluster.
Yeah.
I think that's a much better to have Matt in there.
Okay. Yeah. No, I do agree. Yeah. As I mentioned before, I think it's quite steep, and therefore I think Matt's position is justifiable. What I'll do now, because we got like a line here of 5 crosses and 3 on the left here. Just what I'll do, I'll remove these 3 to see where it takes us basically. So it was Hugh, Jenna, and is it Nigel? Yeah. So by removing the 3 crosses, it brings us right in the middle of this line here. Personally, I think the player in green is looking more towards this direction above him than in front of him. I guess it's time to proceed to a vote whether we keep the 3 crosses on the left here or we remove them. So let's see the difference. So it was Hugh, Jenna, and Nigel, I think. Yeah. So we see the average here, and without these 3 crosses, we got the average right on this line. So I'd like to know what you think, Liam. I haven't heard from you yet. What do you think? Would you prefer the average, with or without the 3 crosses, which means the average being in line with these 5 crosses?
Could you just put the magnifying glass on the average cross, please,
Yeah.
Alan?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And what I'll do, I'll remove the 3, and I'll put the magnifier also to see to show the difference if the ball was here. Okay.
Okay. I'm going to say to keep everybody in, and that's including Matt as well, because I think that I'm just more comfortable
with the position slightly on the left.
Slightly on the left, with the perception of having 8 judges deciding this, rather than taking it down to 5. I think 5 for me is quite tight. It's just a personal opinion. But then again, that's what we're here for. But yeah, I'm more comfortable with the 8 staying in.
All right. Okay. Okay. Thanks, Liam. Hugh?
Yeah, I agree with Liam. I guess I'd be happy if it was 5 that were all clustered together. So if when you put the ball over it, they were all within that. But you've kind of got extremes of Matt and Leo, which I think our 3, me, Jenna, and Nigel's were quite clustered together. So for me, it's a better average with
the 3 of you in. Okay. Okay. Thanks, Hugh. Jenna?
Yeah, I agree. I think a better average with us 3 back in. For me, I feel like the guy in green, he's backing in. And I think the guy in red, I don't feel that he's looking that steeply up. I think he's going to win the ball. I just don't feel that he's looking as steeply up, but that's just my opinion.
Okay. All right. Okay. Thanks, Jenna. Leo, what do you think?
I'd keep the other judges in, Elaine.
Right. Okay. Thank you. Nigel.
Yeah, I'd go with everything everyone said so far. I think with the 3 removed, it's too fine a sample, especially with the 2 extremes. There's really only 3 are involved in the cross. Yeah.
Okay. And Roger?
Yeah, I would agree. I think with just leaving the 5, that is very steep. I personally didn't think it was as steep as that, so I would vote for the 8.
Okay. All right. Okay. Thanks, Roger. Chloe?
Yeah, I think agree with the majority in that we should stick with the 8 crosses. I think it provides quite a good balance there.
Okay. Okay. Thanks, Chloe. Peter?
Yes, with the 8.
Okay, with the 8. And Matt?
Yeah, I think with the 8, and I think that Hugh put it very succinctly, that if the other 5 had been really tightly clustered, I think it's justifiable. But with the spread, I think it makes it too much of a sort of a guess, and I think the other 3 make it a better split of a choice. I mean, we're obviously a bit spread everywhere, so yeah, I think it's a better average.
Okay, perfect. Thanks, Matt. Okay, so I'll add up. I'll put Hugh back as well as Jenna and Nigel. Okay, so we're gonna go with the average without myself and Roger. Okay, we made our decision. We're gonna go with the average, as I said, without myself and Roger.
Okay, thank you very much. If you're all happy, then please click submit. Okay, thank you very much, judges. The coordinates selected are 1134770. These coordinates will now be passed to the auditing company as it's to calculate the winner of the competition, and they will then inform BOTB. That concludes the judging process. Thank you.